What the puck time? Hi, Michael.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to be back. Good to have you back for another episode of What the Puck.
Certainly. San Francisco doing okay. I don't want to bleed into the
San
What the Puck
Francisco
time,
doesn't have a
right?
hockey team. Oh, I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
personally.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, the line changes that I noticed for the Blackhawks. Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane not together, so Patrick Sharp moves up to the second line from, the first line from the second line. Brandon Bolig is the biggest change. Victor Stahlberg is pretty much shit out of luck on the fourth line.
Because these coaches realized the fourth line could decide this series. You know, the lines are pretty well matched. You have Toews and Kane. I'd rather have the Blackhawks team than the Bruins team. But the way the Bruins are playing, the way the Bruins are getting goaltending, I think a lot of this is going to come down to the fourth line. I think that Quenneville sees that, moving Bolig to the fourth line. I think a huge and good move.
And he's only played in, I think, at the most 3 games, and it was all in the Minnesota series.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, okay, well, now he's totally done, and he should be done because Victor Stahlberg has that sort of speed that I like seeing. Granted, he only has 2 assists.
Yeah.
And he's a -3. I still like the speed. I like the fact that the third and fourth lines have carried the Blackhawks.
They have, and to a certain extent,
he's
the
been on
Bruins.
those
I mean, you have
lines.
Kelly and Thornton on the fourth line for the Bruins. They're doing really well for the Bruins. I think Quenneville sees that the Bruins are getting a lot of mileage out of their fourth line, has to match them up with size, maybe not so much with speed.
So it's a physical presence, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
For guys who are going to make runs.
You have to neutralize the way that they beat the Penguins. The way they beat the Penguins, a lot of it was back checking on that fourth line, and you know, they're getting production from that fourth line.
If you could have a goaltender, and a lot of the people in the comments can leave a thought on this, which goaltender would you rather have right now, Tuukka Rask or Corey Crawford?
I would rather have Tuukka Rask because I think he's a better goaltender. The reason that one would answer Corey Crawford is that he has sort of nothing to lose here. He's playing really well, and he's got the better team in front of me.
Well, he's got the Stanley Cup to lose.
Well, he does have that. But what I mean is that, you know, people don't come in thinking that he's going to be the savior for this team. I'd rather be the goaltender that has the Blackhawks in front of them than Tuukka Rask because he's got the Bruins in front.
Understood. If there are 3 things,
And I think the Bruins are phenomenal. They're playing amazing hockey.
They are.
I think objectively, the Blackhawks are the best team in the NHL, and the Bruins could prove them wrong.
because of their depth, is that?
Their depth, their speed, the fact that they have 2 starts who are now awakening and playing well.
Well, one of them is. The other one is still a little. He's a little. One goal in the postseason.
I know,
it's a little surprising for Johnny
he
Toews.
played well in that last series. He played better than he did in the previous series. I think he's
Oh,
sort
of
of
course.
finding. Yeah, so I think that's what I mean. Awakening. I don't think he's awake yet, but certainly Kane's awake now.
I mean, the biggest thing for the Blackhawks, at least, is that they've killed 28 out of 30 penalties.
Yeah.
The Bruins have killed 26 out of 30. Now, the power plays are really interesting, and then we'll let you guys go. The power play units for Chicago, you want to take a guess at what they're at? I don't know if you saw it
I
on
don't
my
know.
notes.
I didn't see your notes.
13.7%.
Yeah.
Boston, want to take a guess?
I'll say their power play is 41.2%.
No, 15.6.
Okay.
Not even close.
you said. I mean, you set it up like oh my God.
Yeah. So neither power play unit is doing well.
Is
but
doing
the penalty
well. They're
killer
killing
will play well.
penalties, and you know, listen. I mean, killing penalties against Pittsburgh is what Boston did really well. That's the hardest thing that's the hardest team to defend. I think, you know, maybe the Blackhawks are tougher.
How did they neutralize the Penguins, though? Was it Chara and Seidenberg and Boydchuk just being
I think it was that
physical with
fourth
them,
line. I
roughing
think it was
them
that
up?
matching up at home, putting the fourth line out there at the right time, and I think Julien really saw the matchups as the key to beating Pittsburgh, and it worked. I mean, you know, Pittsburgh had some weak goaltending in a couple of those games that didn't help them. But you know, take shots, and that's what they did. That's what they're going to do to Corey Crawford. You know, they're going to shoot a lot more
Just get
pucks.
pucks to the net.
I think they're going to see more pucks. And the Red Wings gave them a lot of pucks, but I think they're going to see certainly more pucks than they saw against the Kings.
Well, the Kings, that's the thing, though. With the Kings, I saw nothing to lose. Just throw it to the net and see what happens because they were trying to get to Corey Crawford.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Nicholas Chalmerson gave up his body. A few others gave up their body, and they were able to block shots pretty well.
But Tuukka Rask has been phenomenal.
Yeah, he has.
I think that's going to be. I think the Blackhawks are going to win this series in 6 games.
I say they win in 7.
Okay.
Hopefully, they win in front of the home fans.